Our third figure in this multi-pack miniseries is probably the most obscure of this whole lot, and I didn't even know this character existed until now. This is the G2 Cybertronian Trooper, one of the many soldiers from GX's army from the G2 Marvel comic. It's always so nice to see some more comic love with Legacy, because GX's was especially good and refreshing, so getting more characters from that series is greatly appreciated. Out of all the color schemes of the pack, this is probably my favorite. It's really interesting how the camera makes the color appear from how I look at it with my own eyes, but that teal green works extremely well. I love it so much. He is a retool from Legacy Skullgrin, who I think was a good choice, as all of the skull and death motifs from him carry over to the Trooper and work both of his heads very well. Speaking of which, let's go over them now. My preferred head is the helmeted one, as it makes him look like a cyber Viking, and I love that so much. His horns can move on both heads as well, so there's more options, and that's always nice. And being first introduced on this figure and shared by the Auto Trooper is a new interchangeable head system where you can swap faces instead of ripping the whole head off, which is very good for future proofing. The second skull head is also very nice. It reminds me of Papyrus for some reason. I don't find this as intimidating as the other one. In fact, I find it rather goofy looking, but I'm also a bit goofy looking, so I can't judge it too harshly. The eye color is very nice though. I like to imagine this guy as GX's personal executioner, elevating him from goon status to me. But if I got more, that'd probably change. He comes with the same 4 weapons as Skullgrin, and they're alright. The 2 traditional cannons usually stay on the back for me, and the gun swords are fun to mess with. They aren't the best of the set, but not the worst by any means. His articulation is pretty average, probably a little below fantastic, but you still get some cool poses out of him. Tank mode wasn't good on Skullgrin, and certainly isn't here as well. It reminds me of Tarn's alt mode, just made worse, I guess. The colors are still nice to look at, but I really did wish it rolled to some degree. I definitely don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be, but as a Cybertronian tank, it's fine. Probably not the reason you want to get one of these anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I remember that this was the strangest announcement from the multi-pack when it was revealed, but also was the most intriguing to me, and I don't think Trooper disappoints. He's not as generic as the Seeker, so it's very easy for me to make a story for him in my head. And as a start to a G2 Decepticon goon squad, he'll work extremely well for that. He has a lot of personality for being a nobody, and that's a pretty good accomplishment all on its own. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're almost done with this mini-series, where next week we'll go over my complicated feelings on the Auto Trooper and give my perspective of the set as a whole. Let's go around one more time. Take care and have a good one.
I don't know if I fully buy this, friend. How do you mean? It's the only way past war. By murdering everybody? Exactly. Look, this talk has been great and all, but I gotta be somewhere at this certain time, so I gotta go. What'd I say that was so bad?
Now you have my interest.
Oh.